I'm Sally Cookson, director of Cinderella, and we've just finished our first day of rehearsal, which has gone extremely well. The first day of rehearsal is always nerve-wracking for everybody because we're getting to know each other, and I see my job on the first day of making everybody feel relaxed and opening their minds and bodies to the project. So we spent the morning chatting, measuring up, getting costumes, an idea of costume, and then doing an enormous warm-up so that people were physically and mentally ready to start work in the afternoon. So after lunch we read a couple of different versions of the Cinderella story. We read the Chinese version, which is the first recorded version, which was written in the 9th century, and then we read the Grimm version, which was written in the 18th century. That is the story that we're basing our version on. So we looked at the story, we compared the two different versions, we talked about things that we liked, that we didn't like from both versions, the challenges that are presenting themselves, and started to think about how we wanted to change the Grimm's version to make it a kind of 21st century piece. We did some character work and started to think about the themes of the story and what really, I mean, everybody's agreeing that the main theme and idea of the story is love and how important that is in everybody's life. I mean, without love, Cinderella wouldn't be able to endure the atrocities that she has to survive. And so we started to talk about and think about what it is to be loved as a very, very small child, and that if you don't receive that affection and closeness and love when you're a baby, then it makes life very difficult for you emotionally. So that's our first day. We've got a long way to go, but it's very exciting. We've got a great team. Everybody's totally up for it, and I feel very happy. So there we are.
Hello, I'm Anthony Almeida. I'm Assistant Director on Cinderella, and it's day 2 of rehearsals. Today we've really been trying to work on the opening scene of the play, what form it's going to take and what direction it's going to take the play in. So we've been working on the music. Benji and the musician and Adam the writer have been working collaboratively in the song, the opening song today, so we're really trying to get that up on his feet and learn that song. We also had Chris Peary come in to do some work with us on the birds that we're going to be using as our kind of chorus of birds for our puppet work. So we did a lot of work on the opening scene, and it's been really exciting today because I think the whole cast, Adam and Sally, have been really brave, and the work we did in the morning, we've changed a lot this afternoon, and we've taken the play down a different direction, a very dark direction. We focus more on the relationship between Cinderella and her father, rather than that of Cinderella and the birds, the chorus of birds. And it's really taken us down a very different route. So it's very exciting.
Hello, so I'm Adam Peck and I'm the dramaturg, which basically means that I script any material that is devised in the room and then take that away or work in the room to make that into a script that works for this piece. So it might mean taking things away or adding new things or just tweaking what we've made. But basically I'm responsible for the story and making sure that the story is communicated effectively to the audience, and to keep a check on whether what we're making in the room will convey what's meant by the people in the room. Sometimes we can lose track of what it is that we're trying to say, or we can lose track of whether we are actually saying what it is that we think we're saying, what the story is. So my job is to sort of keep us on track by building a script which effectively documents the things that are taking place in the room, but also where I add to that to embellish it and make it into something that works dramatically. This morning, day 3, in the Cinderella house. I said I was going to do that for Nick, so there we go. We've been working on the scene where Cinderella's father has just remarried after a number of years of it just being him and Ella, and Cinderella's introduced to her new step family, a stepmother, a stepbrother and a stepsister, and how different they are to her, and how their upbringing has been massively different to hers, and how she might feel about that. And also, we're just leading up to, at the moment, the death of her father just after he's remarried. So I've been working on basically writing. I've spent the morning writing down what's been improvised by Craig, who's playing the mother, and Ella, who's been played by Lisa. So that was the first part of the morning. The second part of the morning was spent with Sycat, who's playing the stepbrother, and Lucy, who's playing the stepsister, and how they behave toward one another, with one another, how their upbringing's informed how they speak, which we've decided is quite proper, quite prim, especially when their mother's present. So yeah, they're some of the sort of decisions that, well, I say decisions, I was going to say decisions that we've made, but they're not decisions we've made, they're decisions that are made for now, because everything is up for grabs and open to change at this early stage.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm playing Cinderella, and we're on day 4 of rehearsals in the Cinderella house. Today we were doing the scene where Cinderella's first set to work by her stepmother with the stepbrother and stepsister, and we were all scrubbing on the floor, so I've got sore knees, but that was fun. And then we had the first meeting with Prince Charming and Cinderella in the woods, so we were all having a lot of fun with some very bizarre bird calls today. You'll hear those in the show. I don't want to give anything away, otherwise I'd do some impressions for you now. But yeah, it's going very well. We're completely devising it as we go, as I'm sure you're aware. It's been such a fun creative process so far. I'm very excited, day 4. And we've got another 3 weeks and a day of rehearsal before we move into the actual space, so loads more fun ahead.
Hello, it's day 5. I'm Sycat. I am one of the performers. I'm playing the stepbrother, as well as chorus, birds, whatever else comes out of devising. Today we've been working on the Prince and Ella meeting for the first time, which it was in danger of being a very sickly sweet, but actually it's lovely. There's loads of humour. We've got the birds in there, and Tommy, who's playing the Prince, is not the typical Prince. He's very funny. He's very physical, and actually he's a joy to work with and watch. And we're having fun just experimenting and playing with the idea of these crazy birds as well. So yeah, it's really, really great fun. And we're just finding out new things every day, which is part of the joy of devising. That's why I love working with Sally, and I love working in this way. And I think it's going to be really special, really funny, and hopefully plenty of stuff in there, not just for girls, because Cinderella's traditionally seen as a girls' show, but actually for girls, boys, young, old, everyone, because everyone likes to laugh. Apart from miserable people, obviously, they don't like to laugh. I like to grumble.